Good morning. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. It is beautiful here, and I am excited to let those of you that are going to paint with me know that we finally have a schedule. We're ready to get started this coming Monday. So I wanted to do a video just kind of to show you everything that I've got planned and how it's going to work, because I'm certain that all of you understand that I'm not going to be able to answer all the questions in the comments. So but I will be answering the questions. Let's go over this, what's going on. First of all, let me show you. Guess I could turn this around. Show you my little studio. It's crowded, and I've got my easel over here in the corner. And let me show you my babies and my grands when they were little tiny, just because I can't stand not. Okay. This was Aaron and Chelsea and Jared. And of course these two, my Aiden and Kayla. I told some of y'all that Aiden had the biggest head, that Hugh even called him melon head. You can see how big his little head was. But he grew into it. He's adorable. All of them. All right. So, anyway, this is where I'm going to be painting. And I'll probably be painting around, starting around 10 o'clock in the morning, because that's kind of the best light in here without being too overwhelming. Right now, it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And this is when the heat starts. The sun will soon be coming in these windows, and it gets a little hot and a little bit too bright. So I want to start a little bit earlier in the morning. And so anyway, and I've got all kinds of lights hooked up to this easel. And I've been experimenting with some different ideas. Oops, I'm sorry, I just kicked it. For taping these, I've got my little GoPro here, and I am going to capture it both on the GoPro and on my phone, because I'm not certain which one might give me the better image. The GoPro, I have it sitting here so that I can kind of paint around it. Let me show you. I'm thinking that it really won't be too much in the way. Let me see if you can see. I can see what I'm doing. I can paint, and it'll be right there in the front, capturing everything as up close and personal as possible. I've also invested in, a little headgear that I can wear the GoPro on, or I can wear my camera on, and the chest piece that I can wear the GoPro or my camera on. So I think that I'm just going to be experimenting a little this week to see which one actually is most comfortable, which one gives me the very vantage point, and because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing at any given time and want it to be crystal clear and sharp. But what I was saying, I've decided that it would make more sense if I release a video with the painting on a Monday, to let everybody work with that until Thursday. If you can have any questions that you might have about that particular video in the comment, put it in the comment section for me by Thursday evening. I will, and as I'm getting them, I'm going to be compiling them, because a lot of them, I'm assuming, girls and guys, that a lot of us will have the same type of questions. So I'll be able to condense them into just, the same questions. I'll be able to put them together, and then on Thursday evening, I'll make a video to release on Friday with the answer to everybody's questions. And that'll give you the weekend to be able to maybe work with whatever the solution I might have provided. Hopefully I'm providing a good solution for whatever your question is. But that'll give you the weekend to work with that and be ready to maybe paint with me again on Monday. Of course, with these being videos, everybody will be able to paint on the day that's convenient for them. If you watch the video late or over the weekend and you need to put the question in, you know, in the comments for the following week, that'll be fine. I'll just add a little note at the end of the video, you know, some of the questions that might need to be answered from last week. Of course, if you go ahead and watch the video that was done for the last week's question and answer, then your question might be answered there anyway. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm being as clear as mud, but it'll all work itself out as we go through this. Let me see. So that's kind of going to be the format. As Mondays will be the new painting released, or the new painting video released, and Fridays will be the question and answer. I'm suspecting, and I may be totally wrong, but I'm suspecting it's going to take us at least 4 weeks to do a painting. So that's what I'm going to try to work that within, since we're working on a small canvas, and I'm going to keep these paintings not as intensely realistic as I sometimes tend to paint. I'm hoping that we can finish a painting every 4 weeks, but we're not going to stress it. We're going to take as long as we need to finish the painting. And then that following week, once we've finished a painting, we'll go on to the next. And to make them easy to find, I will have the painting for that week, that particular painting. That will be on the front page for that video, and it will say number 1 or number 2 or number 3 or number 4. So if you specifically need to go back and rewatch number 3, then you're not having to wade through all of them, and you will have a photograph of that particular painting, so you'll know you're exactly on the right one. If you remember, let me find the ones we're doing. So, if you remember, this is the one. Oops, I can't do that. Let me turn. This is the one we're starting with. This is sunset number 1, and I had explained that the sunsets are usually the easier paintings. There's a lot of color in them, but that's okay. That's okay. It's getting our feet wet with color. That's a good thing. But this will be the first painting that we'll work on together, and then we're also going to do another sunset. Let me grab it. Just because I think paintings are, and you can see all of the holes in it where I've had it tacked to a board. You know, as I've been working, it's got paint smudges on it, and it's got holes all over it where I've stuck it with push pins. So this one I've painted it. So anyway, but that'll be the first 2 paintings. So I think that will give us a good 2 paintings to get our feet wet with. After we've gone through those 2 paintings, we'll branch out and do some mountain scenes. Maybe we might paint our big old barn at some point together if y'all want to do that. It'll be a while before we'll tackle water, but I would eventually like for us to do some water and eventually waterfalls, because I personally feel like waterfalls are the most complicated paintings to tackle. But I love painting waterfalls. That's one of my favorite things to paint. So we'll just progress and do these things together. Hopefully for as long as y'all are interested in hanging out with me and painting with me. But let me see. Oh, and I need for you, instead of me redoing the lists of the supplies and all that. For those of you that weren't with us last year when we first when we were getting these started, because I hadn't painted in almost 7 years, and so when I started painting, I couldn't figure out what was wrong, if I was having so much so much difficulty. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I've just forgotten how to do this. And then one day it occurred to me that my color wasn't mixing very well. What had happened in the interim of all the years that I hadn't painted, and that's a whole nother story, and we'll talk about it another time, but my paintings had dried up on me. They had gotten just gooey and thick. So there's 2 videos I'm going to ask y'all to go back and watch while you're waiting on Monday's video to come out. The first one that you really need to pay attention to is Patty goes over the essential painting supplies to paint with the circle. Aaron Aaron named that one for me, bless his heart. So he's so funny. So anyway, let me say that again. No, you know what? I'll just make that note at the top of this video so you can find I don't know if I can do a link. I'll try to do a link to that video so you won't have to go searching for it. But that one will give you the list of supplies that you need to get together this week. And then the other one that you can, if you are interested, is creating a color chart. And that one you can do that one as well. And that'll just kind of get you ready and prepared for Monday. And of course, since these are all going to be on video, you don't have to be prepared to start exactly on Monday. You can start any day that you're ready, and just, you know, follow through with us on as time goes forward. But I'm finally getting excited about it, and I've got to admit to you that I've been a bit fearful as well, especially since I had the bad start that I had last year, or in I think it said it was about 7 months ago when I made that first video. And so I'm a little bit nervous. Hugh has really chastised me over this. He said, you haven't forgotten how to do anything. You just need to get in there and do it. So I'm in here and I'm going to do it. And we're going to have a blast. I can't tell you that I won't make 50 gazillion mistakes as I'm relearning how to paint. But you know, I'll just make the mistakes and y'all can hopefully learn from my mistakes. I'm excited. I think that it's been a really long time in coming. I'm not going to put it off any longer. I think that I owe it to myself, and I owe it to my precious son Jared to just get my life back on track with the painting world. This is it's always been very therapeutic for me. For a long time it was very hurtful for me, but I'm at the place in my life where I think it's going to be therapeutic again. But y'all, let's get her done. Let's get busy, and I will see you in the first video Monday. And what is today? Today is the 3rd of October. So the 10th, I guess Monday will be the 10th. I have to count on my fingers. I shouldn't admit that to you. But anyway, I think Monday is the 10th. If I'm wrong, you can let me know. But anyway, I hope y'all are looking as forward to this as I am. And I will see you Monday. Bye-bye. I can't turn it off. Well.